points in the paint are even, and it's a +4 rebounding advantage for the Bucks over the Lakers. And they've also outshot them from three. They've made fewer turnovers, and they have dominated the first half, Charles.
Well, to me, you guys said I don't think the Lakers are the best team in the Western Conference. I think the Clippers are. And you see LeBron and Anthony Davis have to play well for them to win because they got so many flaws. There's nobody.
So many flaws. Name a couple.
They have to set all those guys up.
They're a combined 6 for 20 from the floor. LeBron and AD.
I'm saying if they don't get those guys an open shot, McGee can't get his own shot. Dwight Howard can't get his own shot. Danny Green can't get his own shot. So Rondo's not a great shooter. So AD and LeBron have to do a lot of heavy lifting. And I told you, I'm concerned. I'm not concerned because they're going to be there in the end with the Clippers because they're the two best teams in the Western Conference. But this notion that, and let's be realistic, the NBA has not been as good as we thought it was going to be. When the season first started, we were like, man, there's like 10 teams can win the championship. And right now, there's 3 teams can win the championship. Utah's been a disappointment. Denver's been a disappointment. Philly's been a disappointment. Portland's been a disappointment. Houston is right there. But there's 3 teams that can win the championship right now, and that's it.
Kenny, what you got on the board?
Well, everyone's talking about the offensive end, but I thought it was more defensively. You are tripping. You are tripping.
No.
Oh, my God. You talking
terrible.
About, I couldn't. Hey, Shaq. Yeah. I was going to moonwalk back so
Hey,
slow, man.
you could have been like the Dick Pavetta race right there.
Yeah, man, that was slow. That was so slow, I always thought talking like this.
Do this, Ernie.
That was slow as hell.
I really looked and I said, maybe he's playing, Ernie. Oh, my God. Oh, this is hilarious.
Hey, Kenny. Do your stuff in slow motion.
So check it out. Here we go right here. We got LeBron James bringing the ball up court. And when you bring it up court against this team, they're saying, freeze it. We're going to get active hands and active bodies. We're not going to be in slow motion trying to get to the defensive end. So all of a sudden, active hands and active bodies, we get a steal here. Anthony Davis, active hands, active body here. We don't get it. More, freeze it here. More active hands, more active bodies because they're in slow motion. So then they go on a defensive end, get hands on the ball, and they're off to the races. This is what they have been doing to the Lakers all the time. And what I do see is, even on pick and rolls when it's not LeBron and you got anyone using it and you got guys doing it, I think, Ernie, the one thing, I'm going to go in slow motion back to the game. I'm going to the game. I'm going to go into the game. Oh, yes. I'm here. I'm in the mean streets of Milwaukee. Ernie, I went by the crib. Everything looks great. Oh, you should see what they've done to the place. But here I am. I got Brown. I'm right now see Ball and Man at the same time. What's the most dangerous thing? I have to make a decision because I have to say, am I going to stop the ball or can he make that cross-court pass? If I'm him, I'm going here. I'm going to be like, make the decision. I'm going to be active. I'm going to be active hands, active bodies. Because then, if you're good enough to make that pass, so what? But I'll shake your hand, brother. But I have to be active, and maybe we'll get a turnover. Let me out of here. Let's see the decision he made and see if it was the right one. Active hands, active body. And Ernie, look what I got. This is from your house. This was your doll that you used to sleep with. I had to come back and get it. Chuck, you might be the slowest person.
Straight from North 68th Street. That's great.
It was, man.
What you got on the freak here in the first half?
Well, when you're a young guy and you're destined for greatness and you play against all these other great players, you got to let them know you're coming. Roll the tape. Right here, you probably say, we're going to let you shoot. But guess what? I've been working on my game. This summer I want to be great. And you tell them in your language. That means I'm coming in Greek. And right here, you just keep working. You outwork people, and you let them know you're coming. Say, we got the best record. We got the best record for a reason, because I'm coming. This is what he does. In transition, you can't stop him. If you don't stop the ball,
y'all too little.
He's going to take it. Yeah. And so, again, I know AD's out there. You're a great player. LeBron's out there. But this guy is coming for the crown. He wants to be the best player in the world. And he's doing it old school style. He's not teaming up with people. He's not working out with, other NBA guys. I like his game. And what can you do to stop him?
16 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists for Antetokounmpo.
It doesn't feel a whole lot better than it did yesterday or the day before. But, this is a game that he just wanted to be in. You know what I mean? So we'll just have to keep an eye on how he's feeling.
What does the defensive strategy and mindset need to be, not just going up against a guy like Giannis, but the depth that this Bucks team has?
Yeah, they're all empowered. All their role players are empowered to attack and make plays, both on the perimeter and attacking the basket. And, you got to stop the Milwaukee Bucks, right? You don't just have to stop Giannis, but obviously it starts with him.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Of course.
All right, that was Allie LaForce a couple of minutes ago. So, Reggie, this big turnaround in Los Angeles, and everything's come together with some terrific off-season maneuvering. But clearly, Davis is making the biggest change in this Laker team.
Well, let's say this. The headliners, obviously, Giannis and LeBron. But Anthony Davis has made a case for an MVP as well. He changes the identity of the Lakers at both ends of the floor, to me, especially defensively.
All right, Anthony Davis will play tonight, working out here as we speak, and earlier tonight, but has given the coach the green light. It was his decision. He wants to play, did not play in their loss the other night in Indianapolis. So we've got a couple of pretty significant players in this game, 2 terrific teams, MVP candidates here, MVP candidates in our second game tonight when the Clippers take on the Rockets. A great night of NBA basketball beginning here in Milwaukee in a matter of moments. So with that in mind, we send it back to you guys in the studio.
And Reggie, if that was your phone, that's a fine. You know that.
$20, buddy.
Wasn't mine.
All right, Harlan.
That sounds like a
for you
payphone.
too.
Sound like a payphone.
Hey, Ernie, you know what's interesting? There's 2 things. Just listen to those guys speak. But I watched the last couple games this week. Both of these teams were looking ahead to this game.
Those are trap games, huh?
Yeah. They were both looking ahead to let you know something was going on. But also, Coach said, Anthony wants to play tonight. That's why it's not a regular game. This is a real game. You don't play in many real games that are like, oh, I want to play in that game. I want to play against that guy. And just looking at what happened this week, like both of these teams almost won 20 games, but they're like, oh, we got the Lakers Thursday. We got the Bucks Thursday. We're looking ahead.
It was especially in Milwaukee's case to me. You got an 18-game winning streak, and you've got Dallas in town without Doncic.
Yeah.
And that was a perfect trap game.
That was a perfect trap game.
Porzingis had himself
And
a
Ernie,
big game.
to add on to what Chuck is saying, it's also a message game. For the older team, we got to let you young fellas know you're pretty good, but you're not ready yet. And for the younger team, we got to let the older team know, guess what? You guys are doing your thing on the West, but you're going to see us in the finals, and if we win tonight, this is what we're going to give you in the finals. So
I would
not
have
only is it an
loved this
important
game, honestly.
It's a message game.
To be in Los Angeles. Because I want to see, I know the bench for I think the Bucks have probably the deepest bench in the NBA. Highest scoring bench, probably. I don't even know the stat, but they got to be 1, 2, or 3. So here
Actually,
it is.
they're 6.
Okay, so they're in the top 10.
Yeah.
And will they game travel? Because that's how they're winning these games.
We'll have to wait till March for that.
We got to wait for March for that because
But Kenny,
that here they're going to play normal.
But you know what, Coach Vogel, I always pay attention to coaches when they talk. You heard what he said? Milwaukee's got a terrific bench. The coaches empowered them. Remember he said, he says,